Hey guys, it's Melanie Sebastian with the Microsoft Word tutorial videos. Today we're going to be doing the View tab. I have the essay about snails available and up. That's what I'm going to be using. So let's go on to the View tab. The first thing you'll notice, or maybe you haven't noticed, because we see it so often, it slips our attention, but the way that you see Microsoft Word is you're in the print layout view, and you might have never thought about what this layout is, but that can be changed. You don't have to see Word in this way. So let's look at all the 5 different document views that you have available for you. So we can switch over to full screen reading, which is just exactly what it says, where the document takes up the whole page, and you can scroll through. For me, it's jumping just from page to page when I scroll just one time. So it's really a very visual way to view the document, and more difficult when it comes to editing because your tools are all up here in the little drop downs and more difficult to access. Now you can change the way that you see the document by going to the top right to the view options. So you can, for example, increase the text size or decrease it from right here. And you'll have to click a few times to make drastic changes. And these don't affect the editing of the document. It's just for reading purposes, so it's just temporary. You can also choose to see one page at a time or two. Okay, and then show printed page brings the pages back to how they pretty much were in the page layout view, which was the previous view we saw, or the default that you're probably used to. You can change the margins from here, or show margins, or suppress margins, so that'll just make the text a little bigger if you suppress margins, meaning that you're not going to see them. In that space instead, you get to see your text blown up a little larger. You can allow typing from here. You can do things like track changes, which normally is found in the Review tab. But these things are, as I said, a little less convenient because you're going to have to open up these the drop downs to access all of these options. But all of these things you're able to do normally in page layout view. There's nothing really that's new, but it's just harder to access. Also notice you can jump through the pages using these little arrows at the top. Let's exit out of this view. That's about all there is to see here. So you can close. Next is web layout. And web layout, just like it says, it's how you would see this document if it was uploaded maybe to your blog or just on a website. So nothing new there. You can still really access all your editing tools and the ribbon from this view. So that's a good thing. You're just changing it so that you'd see it as it appears online. Let's go to Outline View next. Outline View is pretty cool. You see an outline of your document. And here's how this works. Every time you have put a heading in your document, remember that creates a little section. Headings help you to create sections of the document. So any section can be collapsed. And if you don't know what collapse means, let me show you. Cultural depictions. So everything that's under cultural depictions to the right of it, between cultural depictions and really, I guess, the end of the document, that's all one big section because I put this header in my document, or this heading in my document, and everything else in it just falls behind. So Word counts that all under cultural depictions. If I double click on the little plus sign, that whole section is what we call collapsed. It goes away, but it's still there. You're just not seeing it, and you can just maybe you wonder, how would my document look if I didn't have this section in it, or maybe I just don't want to think about that right now. It's too long. I just need to scroll quickly between this and this for whatever reason. That's what this view is great for. It makes it simple to select paragraphs. So maybe this paragraph, we want it to be a different color. Well, to select it is real simple. Click on the dot next to it, and you can delete. You can do whatever you need, change highlighting, add whatever formatting to your text. So Outline View is good for that. Let's go back. You notice you get a new tab for the outlines. Okay, if you click on this Show Document, you can get some new buttons made available to you. So if you click Create, okay, oops. If your cursor's in the correct place, if you're somewhere in normal text, you hit Create, and it's not letting me do what I want to do. Create, when you create, it normally adds a new paragraph to your document, and it's for some reason not letting me at the moment. Doing something wrong. If you insert, you can insert other files into your document from that dialog box. Okay, you can also do options like show first line only, and so it really shortens your document because you only see the first line of each paragraph, and then you can turn on or off the text formatting. So this word snails, I won't see that with the font larger and the color and whatnot. All right, let's go ahead and close Outline View and go back to the View tab. The last view is Draft, and Draft, kind of similar to the web layout view, and it's just another way to make editing easier for you. So nothing really special there. Let's head back to print layout because most people are probably the most comfortable with this. Next is the show section. So you can toggle on and off, toggle meaning just to turn on or off. So you can toggle the options for the ruler. Okay, so there's the ruler. Same for grid lines. Grid lines just puts a little grid behind your document, so to help you line up text, to line up pictures, whatever you need, it helps you. And then navigation pane, we've seen this before. If we maybe have used the Find in the Home tab, it also brings up this navigation pane, but this is another way to bring it up. It's very useful. In the navigation pane, you have 3 tabs, and the first one allows you to jump to any section. So notice these sections are all named by the names of these headings that I have put in the document. So I can quickly jump if I need to go straight to cultural depictions or number. Okay, that's all done quickly with the click of a button. Next, we can jump from page to page very quickly. And finally, this is where I search. So maybe I'm looking for the word food because I'm interested in snails as food. And okay, and there are all the instances, and I can click on any one, and it jumps to it and highlights it in the document. And then I can exit out to start a new search. And if I just want to get rid of the pane, I can just click on the X at the top right of it. Great, that's all of the show section. Let's go to Zoom. Zoom is really self-explanatory. There's the first button that just says Zoom, so you can go to 200 or you can go to 75, or you can choose your own percentage. So maybe you need it to be a little smaller, and then click OK. And there you go. You can always bring it back to 100% with this button. That's all this button does. Another thing you may or may not have noticed, in the bottom right of your screen, you also have a zoom scroll, so you can quickly choose how you see your document, the zoom from down here. Also, the 5 main document views can be found right next to that. So that's another way to change how you see your document without going to the View tab. All right, back to Zoom. You can choose to see the document so that it's exactly as wide as the page. You could choose to see it exactly as wide as the text, so you don't see those pesky little margins. You just zoom in on the words. And then whole page shows the whole page. Then you also have the option of 1 page, 2 page, so you see 2 at a time. Here's 1 page. And then page width, we just saw that. Here's a button for it. All right, that's it for Zoom section. Next, we're going to look at these arranging options. So, well, the first button actually is not arranging, it's New Window. So what is that? Click on it, and you'll notice I get a brand new version of this document I'm currently working in. So the old one, it's going to be colon and then a 1, the new one colon and then a 2. And if I make changes to this document, it'll make changes to the other document. So it's really, it's the same document, but maybe you need to be on the last page of this one doing something, and then you want to quickly reference the first page. That's a great way to do it. You just open up 2 copies of it. When you do the edits happen in both. It's really the same document. You're just looking at it in 2 different windows. Now, leaving that other document open, I'm going to click on Arrange All. Okay, there's Arrange All. To do this, you might have to actually have another document open if you are following along, because I had another document open, and that's what I'm seeing below. So Arrange all that does is every Word document I have open is arranged so that I can see them all at once. Okay, and let me go back and minimize those and bring them back to their full size. And now I'm back on document 4. I'm going to go and get rid of this second copy of my document. So I just have to worry about one of them. Now, on to a split. So you click split, you get this weird bar pop up. If you double click, now your document is split into 2 parts, so you can scroll either part separately. Really useful. To get rid of the split, you hover over, you see a special cursor, double click, and it's gone. Or click on Remove Split. It's as simple as that. All right, next, remember I said I had another document open back here. So you might want to have 2 open if you're following along. And now I'm going to click View Side by Side. What happens, you see both documents and you see them side by side. It's really self-explanatory. Now, let me bring them both to where they're the same size. There we go. Now, this second button automatically for me was highlighted, so turned on. And that button is the synchronous scrolling button. All that means is that if you scroll, they both scroll. It's really cool. So this is helpful. Maybe I'm comparing these 2 documents and I need to read both of them at the same time. That's what synchronous scrolling can help me do, so I don't have to scroll twice. If I want to turn that off, it's just a simple click, and now it doesn't scroll both anymore. Now, let's say I messed with the size of this document and now it's a weird shape. Well, I can always click on Reset Window Position to bring it back to the default. It also works when you've done the full screen and you don't have them all arranged. So if I turn this off, back to full screen, I've played with the window size. Oh, it's not going to let me do it from here. So the Reset Window Position, you'll notice, is only when you have them all arranged. The last button over here, or second to last, is Switch Windows. So you can quickly switch between the different documents that you have open. Okay? And the last button, Macros. Macros are beyond the scope of this video, but I will tell you what they are. Macros is when you create some type of special command For example, let's say you want to create something where you take a paragraph and with just one keyboard stroke, you change the font to a certain font, you change the size, you do all sorts of formatting to it, but you want to do this with minimal work because it's maybe it's something you do every single day, every hour. You need to do the same exact pattern of commands. Well, instead of you having to drudgingly do this every day, every hour, you can create a keyboard command that will allow Word to do all that work for you. All you have to do is press one or two little buttons, and lots of formatting will occur, or many commands will occur at once. That's it for the View tab. Thanks for watching, and check out the other videos in this series.